Okay, here we are with section 3 of unit 3, and today's focus is going to be looking at the successful independence movements in certain African colonies becoming independent nations after World War II. So one of the first things we're going to look at, and again, if you get a chance, I'd really like you to take a look at this 5-minute video down here. Is Kwame Nkrumah, who was a Ghanaian nationalist who is going to lead the first successful independence movement from a European power. Nkrumah was a very educated African, and that quote is great there. I am not African because I was born in Africa, but because Africa was born in me. He had a lot of pride in where he was from. He was jailed briefly in the 50s, but when he was released from prison, um, Great Britain, England will allow him to lead the new country of Ghana. So it was called the Gold Coast, and the new nation became known as Ghana. So you take a step back, they actually had a political party called the United Gold Coast Convention, and their main goal was to bring about independence, from the colonial masters. And again, after World War II, with the Atlantic Charter that said self-determination, Great Britain was finding it harder and harder to kind of keep these colonies under their thumb, and began to let them go. And when Gold Coast goes independent and becomes Ghana, it's the dominoes start falling all over the continent. The next one we're going to look at is going to be Kenya, with Jomo Kenyatta here. You can see his name there. He will switch his name and add Kenya to it. He was an anti-colonial activist and politician who governed Kenya. And again, after the Gold Coast Convention was successful, this leads to Kenya, wanting its independence from Great Britain. And it will happen in 1963, December 12th. But what will happen is there will be a little bit of violence in this movement. So Kenyatta was a member of the Kikuyu, the ethnic group, and head of this African Union. He will become the first president. One of the things that made the Kenyan independence movement a little more notable was the violence that was involved. The Gold Coast Convention did not really see any violence at all, but the Mau Mau was this secret organization inside of Kenya, and infamous for what was known as the Mau Mau Oath, like an oath to the country. And they advocated violence against British domination, and they did commit several acts of violence, going into villages of the white settlers and killing people. And this did garner a lot of attention. Another notable example in the independence movement is Algeria. And you can see on the map there, Algeria, in the northern part of Africa, a very large country, and it was controlled by the French. And the French, after World War II, did not really want to let their colonies go. They needed the resources, and they will Algeria and also Vietnam almost simultaneously, they have problems with. And this led to a bloody conflict that became known as the Algerian War. And, terrible acts of violence on both sides. But eventually, Algeria will get their independence in 1962. The last one we're going to look at today is the Congo crisis. And Congo is a very big country kind of in the heart of Africa. And if you look at the map, the colored map there, you are going to see that it will become split into 3 countries: Katanga to the south, where the mineral resources. So let's just take a look at this. So the Congo crisis was the period of political upheaval and conflict in the Congo between 60 and 65. What had happened was they were given their independence from Belgium in 1960. But the problem was, when they were given their independence, violence between the people, the different factions inside the Congo, bubbled up, and it's believed over 100,000 people were killed during this crisis. The UN tried to come in and help out, but for several years it was a violent time period. And Patrice Lumumba will be the first prime minister of the Congo, he was a leading figure that helped get its independence. He does become prime minister, but he will actually be captured by the opposition in the Congo and executed, leading to this instability during this time period. Okay, that's it for section 3. We will pick it up with section 4. I do highly recommend watching the videos on that section that we just watched. Thank you.